So how about that? A new Smash Brothers game. Or port. I'm leaning towards new game. But I'd be happy even if it was just a port. Well, what exactly are we to do until more information is revealed? Speculate, of course! Like pretty much everybody else at this point.
But that's besides the damn point.
This video will be looking at this announcement mostly from the perspective that this is a new game, so keep that in mind. So what exactly am I aiming to cover here then? I'm going to not only list my top 10 predictions of who I think will most likely make the roster, but I will twist it a bit by also discussing the top 10 characters I think are on the chopping block and may not return. Before we do that though, I should mention that this is all my opinion, albeit with some trends that I've noticed throughout the development of the series kept in mind. With that out of the way, let's start with the negatives and work our way to the positives. Ryu and Pac-Man. These are iffy, but I can expect one or both to get cut. Reason is, licensing issues. Bandai Namco is not credited for this game, and as for Ryu, if Nintendo were to pick one Capcom rep alone, it's doubtful they'd pick anyone besides Mega Man, especially after how hype Mega Man's reveal was. Ryu is the more likely one to get cut in the long run, but if Bandai Namco aren't involved, we probably won't get Pac-Man either. They're both conditional, so that's why I lumped them into one topic. The three clones. While I'm unsure exactly on Dr. Mario, due to Sakurai actually liking the character, I'm certain the other two will unfortunately get the axe. Robin covers Awakening rather well on their own, and Dark Pit is rather redundant, so even though I advocated for Lucina to be in Smash 4, and was chill with Dark Pit, I think they're done. But I guess that means the weird bits of the Lucina fandom might leave in frustration, which is a plus. Corrin. Considering Sakurai didn't want Corrin in, as he thought Fire Emblem was perfectly fine with 5 reps, and considering how people reacted to Corrin in the first place, it's safe to say they got the axe. Sure, I wouldn't be all that upset if they did return, however, with how badly they were received, as well as how poorly Fates did, it's definitely unlikely. It's also likely that they'd be replaced by the newest MC for Fire Emblem Switch. More on that later. Mii's. They were a fun addition to Smash, but I honestly think they're done. With them halting any progress with custom moves from Mewtwo onwards, it's safe to say they'd likely leave that system behind alongside the Mii's. Bowser Jr. I'm not sure how to feel about this character, but honestly, I could see him getting the axe. Maybe not as much as the others, but I can imagine he isn't that high up on their list of priorities. Wii Fit Trainer. Is Wii Fit even on the Switch? Regardless of that, the Wii Fit Trainer was met with resounding approval from fans. Nah, I'm just kidding. People were so confused and even pissed off about the announcement. Joke character or not, in my opinion, likely to get the axe. And lastly, Cloud. Considering how hard it was for them to get him into Smash 4 in the first place, I doubt the license would extend to the new game. Although somewhat of a relief considering his status in Smash 4, but unfortunate nonetheless. Although I'm sure people who play doubles will breathe easier now. As I've made clear, I don't hate any of these characters, but I believe they're the most likely cuts. As for the rest of the cast, I can see them all returning, even Bayonetta. Not only because she won the Smash ballot, but also because Bayonetta 2 and the eventual Bayonetta 3 are Nintendo exclusive. That, and I don't see anyone who made the cut from Brawl to Smash 4 being removed. Now on to 10 characters that I could see joining the fray. But before anyone says it, it's fairly obvious that the Inklings are new characters, so they're not included in this list. Okay? Okay. Number 10, Wolf. Some would argue Crystal, but honestly, with Wolf being in Brawl and having so many people asking for his return, I feel he'd be the one to pick. He honestly wasn't too much of a Fox clone like people claimed he was. However, he is the lowest on this list, because I believe some of my later choices are more likely than he is. Number 9, Psylux. This guy needs more screen time to be sure, but if Metroid Prime 4 picks up right where 3 ended, it is possible that they'd add him in as a sort of cross-promotion, mostly if he has a major role. And no, I don't believe Ridley will be in, especially if Sakurai's in charge. Thank God. Then there's Dark Samus, but it would probably be a Phazon version of Samus. Psylux offers a potentially unique playstyle that I'd really like to see in Smash, and he's likely to represent Metroid Prime in the process. We could always use another villain. Number 8, Dixie Kong or King K. Rool. It would be hard to say who would be the better choice here, but one of them would definitely be the most likely. Either way, we definitely need a Donkey Kong rep, like, really badly. With King K. Rool, we get another villain, but Dixie Kong has been considered for Brawl, so it could really go either way. Number 7, Isaac from Golden Sun. The fact he was removed as an assist trophy was strange, but I could definitely see him making an appearance. If Little Mac made it to the roster, I'm sure he can too. Number 6, a Breath of the Wild character. Okay, so I haven't really played this game, but with Link's redesign, I feel it's fairly certain that they would pull a character from this game. Who would it be? I have no idea. I'm gonna be blatantly honest here, as I really haven't played it yet. Maybe we'd get not Falco? I don't know. Number 5, Ice Climbers. Yeah, I know they aren't new, and they're rather high up, but they're pretty much guaranteed at this point. The only reason they were cut is because of the 3DS. They're the most likely veteran to return. I can guarantee that. Number 4, Bandana D. He's literally one of the main 4 Kirby stars. The surprise is that he hasn't been added yet. Who else wields a lance? Nobody. That's perfect and unique. If anyone needs an idea of how he'd play out, look at Super Smash Flash 2, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Number 3, Pyrrha or Mithra from Xenoblade 2. I feel this is more than likely. Hell, maybe both of them. It'd be bizarre if they didn't include anybody from Xenoblade 2, but in this case, these two seem the most likely. I had a hard time ranking this bit, but I think this spot is fitting. I have confidence that we'll get a Xenoblade 2 rep, and one of them would be more than fitting for the role. More so than Rex.
Leave him to me.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Now it's Shulk time. I'm really feeling it. I'm really feeling it. I'm really...
Number 2, a new Pokemon. This is obvious, but the question would be, who? I have a feeling they could pull Decidueye and have a pure Archer character, or Sakurai could pull a Greninja and use early concept art to throw us a curveball. If I had to pick from current Pokemon though, it would definitely be Decidueye, especially so we could have all 3 starter types united again. And number 1, a Fire Emblem rep. This is similar to the last one, although I have a more concrete idea in mind, and it's why I picked this for the number 1 spot. Sure, there's characters like Erica or Celica who can fight with magic, Ephraim who wields a lance, Hector who wields an axe, and the Black Knight who's an iconic villain. Or Alm, who is just... Alm. However, I believe there's 2 possibilities, both likely. First being that we get the main character from Fire Emblem Switch. That feels like it'd be more of an IS move than a Sakurai one, kinda like Corrin. But that's a possibility. The other, though, is Lyn being upgraded from Assist Trophy to Playable. She is a sword master who can wield a bow as well, with her winning Choose Your Legends Round 1, being added into Fire Emblem Warriors for being THE fan favorite, and for being recognized as the West's version of Marth. There's no reason for her not to be picked. Like I said, there's other Fire Emblem characters that I could see working, or being interesting in Smash, but Lyn is a must. And with Sakurai being a fan of Fire Emblem, I'm sure he's noticed this as well, and will make it happen. So yeah, my number 1 prediction is Lyn. I should state, again, that this is mostly my opinion, so don't take this all as gospel or freak out or anything.
Although I'm fairly certain Lyn is practically guaranteed at this point.
With all that out of the way, I think this is a good point to stop the video. I could speculate on other things like stages, mechanics, but at the end of the day, most people are more so interested in the roster. So that's what the video should have focused on. Right? Yeah. I'll go with that. If you enjoyed this video, follow me on Twitter, leave a like, subscribe, you know the deal. I've got another video coming soon, so look out for that. Until next time, Goldenbrawler out.